people? How we doing? Good to see you. Thanks for joining me. I'm going to talk about getting a man's heart back in the relationship for a moment. And a lot of men, me included, come from a childhood where they had to really lock down their heart. And if guys don't work on that, that becomes an adult man who has a lot of intimate relationship challenges and has a hard time letting other people in, which is sad, and it's a bummer. It's a lonely place to be. So, and then of course, a woman in a heteronormative relationship finds herself with a guy who is distant for whatever reason and can't open, right? Or maybe he can, or it feels like he can in the honeymoon stage, but later on, he can't. He's closed off. That would always happen to me. I'd kind of come out strong in the first few weeks or month, and then over time, I just went right back into my shell. And it was largely unconscious, honestly, for me. And then a woman would ask me, knock, knock, knock at my heart and like want in. And I perceived that as annoying, and it felt triggering to me, and I was irritable, and I would push you away if you were in a relationship with me. And this is like such a frustrating dynamic if you find yourself with a guy like this. And so I just have a few tips for you if you're with a guy like this. Now, a guy like this might be watching, which is awesome. And my message to him is go do everything in your power to open that heart back up again. Don't wait for your life to fall apart to open. Don't wait for a tremendous amount of pain like I did to finally, unthaw that fucking frozen iceberg of yours. Like, get in there and do the work required to soften and open. And there's thousands of ways that you can do that as a man. Okay, so that's for the dudes. And if you're a woman in this heterosexual relationship with this guy, you have some things to learn about yourself. And one of the biggest things that you've got to learn is that you're not going to get what you want by doing what you've been doing with him. And that might mean you need to look in the mirror more closely at, how am I actually enabling this? And this is my statement to women in this situation is, if you really wanted a guy that was available, you would choose to leave that relationship and open yourself up to someone who actually is available to meet you. The longer you stay in a relationship where the guy is closed off, the more you're communicating to the universe and to him and everyone else is that this is okay with you. And you actually don't want to be met on the deepest level in a partnership. You don't, or you wouldn't be there. So I know that's maybe not that easy to hear or fun to hear, but I just see this time and time again, okay? So I'm trying to be direct because I don't want you to waste more time, money, and energy on deadbeat guys that don't want to do the work, guys that don't want to open, guys that won't meet you halfway, guys that won't prioritize you, guys that won't consider your feelings. Like how much longer do you want to hang out with someone like that? And just kind of try to, manipulate the situation. Like, I don't recommend that. Okay, so I'm offering a roadmap and a way forward for those that want to join me. I've been teaching this specific subject for years because I was an emotionally unavailable dude for a long time, and I was difficult to be in a relationship with until I did some things, and my wife did some things, who was my girlfriend at the time, that changed the whole game. And there's things that my wife Ellen did that really helped me open and commit to her 100%. It wasn't just me getting my shit together. She actually did some pretty cool things on her side. So we tell this story openly in one of our courses called Ending the Struggle with Him. And if you're interested, we're just going to put the link here in the chat if I can. I don't know if this will work today. Oh, it worked. Oh my God. Okay, so I'm going to pin this, and this is a special deal we're offering right now. Just go to that page if you want a roadmap on how do you get out of this type of relationship, because I've completely outlined it from start to finish. I'm not going to teach the whole thing here because that would take me weeks probably, but you can learn how to move on. And the link is relationshipschool.com/ESH roadmap. relationshipschool.com/ESH roadmap to move on, to learn how to make yourself actually available to a partner who will meet you, and to really learn about yourself. Like, why am I attracting the same type of thing? Like, we repeat our patterns, in case you haven't noticed, in relationship until we see ourselves more clearly and we decide to do something about it. So, okay, I'm excited for you to check it out. And I always offer this sort of tip to everybody is, in this situation, if you're with an emotionally unavailable partner, or a partner who's just pulling away, distant, avoidant, there's a very simple experiment you can do, which is to back off for many days and wait for them to notice that you've backed off. And the litmus test is, if they don't notice, then you're kind of with someone who I don't think is worth being in a relationship with. A good person is going to notice that you've pulled your energy back inward. And they're going to be like, hey, you okay? Where are you? What's wrong? That's the kind of person you want to be in a relationship with, is someone who notices you. So do that experiment and report back, okay? And then go to the link there in the pinned comment, okay? relationshipschool.com/ESH roadmap. There's ways to get over this, to get through this, to find yourself in a much more deserving relationship. I've had now thousands of women go through this experience, and their life's different. They either, one of two things happens. They either get the dude to like get his shit together, and it's a collaborative relationship now, and it's awesome, or they move on to a man that's more deserving. So, I think it's a pretty obvious choice, and it's an accelerated experience if you go through this roadmap, because I'm going to show you exactly how to do that. Cool. Okay. Thanks, everybody. Good to see you all today. And we'll be in touch soon.